Hello YouTube, I'm back again with another rant. I'm here to express my hate towards Simps and Incels. And this is not really considered cyberbullying because from what I've witnessed, they're just a pathetic lot. I feel like that really don't have space in society in what they have to offer. They feel that their only goal is to chase women and not try to look for hobbies and feel like they'll gain something out of it by being nice towards women when in reality it's a desperate attempt to get laid and trying to get in bed with women. Because I don't think they're really serious about a relationship. Because in order to be dedicated to a relationship, you have to accomplish more than just being nice towards women. Of course, she looks for a guy that's attractive, but most time it's about how much money he has. But these guys are willing to go lengths donating money to random women that they meet, whether it may be on Instagram, Twitter, whatever online sap, whatever you have. Like you see, Instagram obviously is most popular from what I see. It's one thing you giving somebody a compliment, but you have like literally IG models, especially OnlyFans, showing off their receipts, the amount of money they get. Heck, even people willing to pay up 100,000 just to get a chance to meet with this woman or get in contact. In reality, it's clearly a scam, and I'm glad I'm not one of these people. I've never in my life thought it was a good idea to do so. What would convince me otherwise that this woman is gonna meet with me just because I gave her money? When in reality, she probably has already a boyfriend at home. And that's why I'm so confused about the mindset. I just never understood that because, and it is proven throughout this cycle, from what we seen, what we hear, there's just too many guys, whether they may be simps. I'm gonna explain the other part of these losers who are like desperate for women. Oh, don't worry, I'll get straight to it. But I never understood the logic of literally just donating tons of money to a random girl, hoping she'll notice you or try to come in contact. Because you know what? All that money that they're throwing away is going to somebody else, and in return they get nothing. Because you'll be surprised. There are people who do it because they say they donate money because they feel good. In reality, no. It's more about we already as a guy, I'm aware why. It's so that they can follow with their advances in laying in the bed with them. And this is why I try not so hard to get the approval of women because I feel like look at it this way. As a man, you should already know what you're capable of. If you already have your own hobbies, your skills, whether it revolves around your job, and you have really like useful traits, use those to let you know that you're better off without these women. Because the only thing women are good for is their looks. And I'm not trying to sound sexist, but those who have to go on OnlyFans, who have to e-bag, who have to flash their body, show a lot of skin. I said this before. They have really nothing to offer but their looks. That's hard to hear, but it's the truth, and that's the reality. And people need to notice, like the only thing you'll notice what makes them like worthless is what they're not capable as adults. If the only thing is you can do is show off your body, just be lazy on your computer. Just sit down, like, and yeah, we can see you as we can literally, as a gut man, I can literally see them being useless as simps, and it's so simple to notice why they're even on the platform because they have nothing better to offer in real life. In especially in the real world, whether you go out in public, you try to look for a job, yeah, it's gonna be very difficult because people are gonna find out who they are and they feel like there's no need to provide because they feel a lot of the money they're just getting online. So, but this is where things tend to get too far. A lot of these sims end up as incels simply because all those desperate attempts that they make have failed and they realize like now instead of being taking in responsibility, trying to improve themselves and become better people, they decide to lash out and direct their anger towards women, which in reality is just insane. Like clearly I feel like at that point once you're an incel there's no fixing you. Why? Because it's like everything now, whatever they whenever they screw up, these men who used to be simps, they want to direct their anger towards women. Feel like they're obligated to be in the bed with any woman, and that they were nice enough to pay them, like give them money, or because they're popular, like EDP, whatever YouTuber who's known as an infamous creep. They feel that they deserve that luxury. They deserve that sensation because they're popular, they have money, or because they were so nice towards the girl that she has to like follow with their advances, like I said before, or to accept their offer. In reality, because it's true though, so a lot of these men tend to be ugly. No offense for you men out there, but sometimes it could just be that a lot of these men are virgins, or especially the lack of they have like a personality disorder. They have a lack of like morals. They lack common sense. They don't know how to interact with adults their age. So sometimes that's where it tends they tend to go after younger people, and they feel that's their best bet. Sorry about that. Their best bet is to find someone that they can manipulate, and that's where things go very too far because the hate directed towards women. Once they realize that hate is revealed, once they're being revered by the people, they feel their best bet is to go after people who are below the age of consent. And we see too many of them out on this platform. But one thing I understand why they need to express themselves on the internet. To me, is just a mystery. I feel like they think they can attract other people of their kind who share the same character traits, personality, and they can get their compliments, they can get their support, they can be able to get their approval. There is a lot that that we haven't confirmed yet as to why they feel they need to like let let their personal life out there on the internet, as well as vent on the internet and talk about how they truly feel. Whether it may be trolling, because I said this before, a lot of these guys have no remorse. They don't want to apologize for how they respond, and they feel like nobody's going to confront them and that there are no repercussions for their actions. In real life, so if someone recognizes you um, and someone had the chance to find out who you are, then you're going to have to feel their wrath and face real repercussions and know what the consequences are like. And which is why I say that people like this should not be forgiven, in my opinion. I can understand if this is someone who gets into a brawl, who robs food, who gets into a car accident, because again, those people outside of these creeps, it may not be like good decisions. What they did was wrong, but at the same time, they don't always make those same mistakes. And a lot of these people are willing to change. But when you dedicate your life thinking about women and not trying to prove yourself as a man, that's where your life goes downhill. Because you realize you have really not thought about how to go with your life, what are the important things in growing as a person, and what you can try to do to make people be impressed by your achievements and So people can realize that you have some sort of value and you want to be able to earn the people's respect and realize what you have to offer so that you are not put under the rug and that people can put you at a higher pedestal and you don't have to fear low self-esteem. Like, and that's the issue with these guys. They have really low self-esteem and they feel they feel the best way to interact with these women or to interact with people may be online. And it's the same thing. Like, I've seen this on Twitter. I mean Twitch. I apologize. Twitch, Instagram, mainly with Twitch, just how desperate these guys are. And I am not amused by it at all. And there's nothing I can say that can make them change their minds and how to make them realize their wrongdoings because they already chose that path. Once you've chosen that path, that's how people are gonna look at you, and you feel now there's no reason for you to go back, and why they have no remorse because the decisions they already made. However, now people are already gonna decide how they're gonna look at you, so they feel there's no reason for them to make any subtle change or try to make them become better individuals and to be able to uplift others and learn from the mistakes they made. And nobody should see them as upstanding citizens. There are people who came from a bad part of their life, who came from definitely a rough life, who have gone through misery, who've gone through like a lot of like I want to explain the best. I want to make it. I want to explain the best way as possible. Who have gone through massive struggle, criticism, um, peer pressure, of course, stress, and overcoming obstacles. That's the best way to explain it. But you guys know what I mean. But again, I feel like there's really no redeeming these guys because at least the people who made struggles in their life are trying to push through it and they later become upstances, whether they may be wrong, whether they violated other people's rights or have committed crimes that are less severe than how these men feel. But again, I just want to apologize about me coughing. Yeah, here it's cold outside in the winter, so I just came back. So, but again, there's a lot to explain though. But again, I'm just encouraging you guys not to end up like these people, like these men, mainly guys, so that we don't get stereotyped. Because the reason I personally, the main reason also why I'm I take this personal, why I'm expressing my hate towards these males and like that are happen to be simps and incels is because they they literally create stereotypes towards men, and that's why there are a lot of women who fear being around men, who feel they can't be in a relationship, or anytime you have try to talk to a girl, approach her, you try to be nice or you compliment or whatever. Oh, that's all of a sudden the first thing you assume is a creep because of what they see on social media, and that's how their mind is influenced. Because there are people who are very impressionable these days who look up what they see on the internet, and the first thing they're gonna do is when a guy approaches them, especially female, if they're being approached by a grown man, a male, and he's trying to be nice or whatever, he's trying to compliment, or he's trying to have a regular conversation as an adult and just try to get along with someone. They will, those people will be revered based on what the Simps incels have caused to make them feel that way. So, and it drags every man out there because of these Simps incels. simply because they don't know how to control themselves. And almost every guy now, even though it's not true, is stereotyped. Unfortunately, every guy is stereotyped as a creep or a weirdo because of what these guys are doing. And I feel like I feel like people these days need to try and like minimize the behavior that revolves around targeting women by these creepy ass grown men, and that there are guys out there that don't condone this behavior, and I'm one of them. And to make sure women don't have to really fear walking across men, being around them. Not for every woman, but for those women specifically. So they feel like they have a shot at talking to a guy and not have to think that he's up to no good. And to make it seem easy where you're amongst the public and that the majority of people around you are civilized regardless of their gender. And that you don't have to pave a way and that your fear will also become your strength to try to overcome the negative stereotypes and how men are being viewed and how women look at them in their perspective. For those who think that there is no opportunity, there will be once you find the right person, and that whatever relationship you can find can make you realize that there is a way out of this like fear and that you can grow out of it and be more confident. And I feel like I already said enough, you guys. Just want to get out. I just want to get out there. I'm sorry about my cough. Again, it's really embarrassing while in the middle of the rant, but I feel like I said a lot of important quotes, a lot of important statements that I feel like you need to get out there, and it's to let you guys know, just be cautious, and so that you don't get bumped in with these weirdos. And of course you can do better and just focus more on yourself and just how much it makes your life easier. And not you don't always have to be in a relationship. You can always be single and still live a good life. And that it's not a relationship is not meant for everybody. It may be for some, but for you, whatever you're going through, that you can accomplish more just because your friends may be in a relationship and you're not. You can accomplish more than what they have to offer because there are some sacrifices that need to be made if you are in a relationship, because again it's going to be stacked against the men, the money that they have to provide, uh, the talents that they have in order to require them to be hired for a job, and for you to always be there for them and just literally be in person, stick with the kids, stick with the wife, and that you'll lose a lot of your spare time, which it all depends. If it's up to you, if you're happy, you might as well. But having a relationship isn't always a blessing, but can also be a nightmare. So do what's best for you. That's just my advice. But again, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to check for more upcoming content in the future. Be sure to check your notifications, comment, like, subscribe. Thank you.